Fellas. Where the hoes at? Man, that was one question that I always got asked growing up, man. That was one question I always got asked. And when you're young and in school, you're a kid and stuff like that, like that's cool. God as well, it was seen as cool. I don't know if it looking back that it was cool, but it was definitely like seen as cool to be the type of young guys, young horny guys, we trying to have sex with women, right? That's what we trying to do. We trying to knock something down. But hearing this question at the age I'm at now, I'm 28 years old, and really since I've been 24, 25, it's just been kind of cringe when I see guys that I either went to school with or still cool with now, and they talking about where the hoes at. In my opinion, once you're 24, 25 years old, you need to already know where they at. That shouldn't even be a question. Now, if you entertaining them or not, I'm gonna leave that up to you. But you shouldn't be the type of guy that's 28, 29, 30 years old, still going around to other guys talking about where the hoes at. Like you need to be leveling up your conversation. You need to be talking about some business, some money, some progression, like things that are gonna actually benefit you in life. Because this video was literally inspired by somebody that I seen that I haven't seen in about 7, 8 years, and they thought I was on the same stuff that I was on back then. And that's usually how it is when I see somebody I haven't seen in years. They still think about that old version of me that was getting all the women and always had a new story about a different girl and stuff like that. They still see me as that version of myself. So when I see them, that's the kind of questions that they have for me. And when I get those questions, I'm just like thrown off because it's like I'm a whole different person now. I'm not looking like, yeah, I could tell you where the hoes at, but my thing is you should already know. Like if you can go to any old spot, the same spots that these girls been going to brunch and to the club at for the past 8, 9, 10 years, you know exactly where they at. So to me, it's just a red flag in a guy that he hasn't really made any progression. And when I look at it, when I look at some people, like some people that I'm close to, I always ask them like, yo, what have you learned since you've been out of school and stuff like that? Because most guys only get dumber. And that's the sad truth about it. It's my thing, I always say, man, women should be the easiest part of your life. So it shouldn't even be a question. It's like we are at some point you need to become a man that, like I always, like you got thousands of girls waiting at the gate. Like you might have a few women in your circle, but most of the hoes, they at the gate waiting and hoping and wishing and praying that you give them a little slither of attention. Because that's how you increase your value as a man, not just knocking down anything that you can. That's one thing I wish I didn't do growing up, was just knocking down almost anything that I could. Because you're spreading yourself thin. When you're trying to get into higher circles and stuff like that, you want to have some substance about yourself, not just, oh, where the hoes at? Oh, what happened with LeBron and them? Like, those, like, it can be cool at moments in certain spaces and times, that's okay, but that's not something that high value guys are gonna want to hear from a dude. Because once I hear that, I feel like you a guy that you not progressing for one, and will probably let that lust and that lack of control that you probably have mess up some stuff for you. So that's the type of guy that I wouldn't want to have around me. Just go back and think about it. Some of you guys, y'all might be in this space now, like where it's cool for, okay, it's Friday night, you and all your homies, y'all done linked up. Y'all trying to see, what y'all gonna do. Y'all going to the party, y'all going to the movies, what y'all gonna do. One of your friends, he like, oh, where the hoes at, da 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 da. Or he come through the door, he say, where the hoes at, da 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 da. And back then, okay, that was what it was. That was, I don't even want to use the word cool, but it was normal. Back then that was normal. But at some point you need to grow, man. You need to grow. You don't want to be the same person you was 10 years ago. You don't even really want to be the same person you was yesterday, but that's a whole different conversation. You need to be constantly growing, constantly progressing, because you're not moving forwards, you're moving backwards. And that's where a lot of guys mess up. A lot of guys just too cool for school, you know, they're too cool to progress. They think they gotta be on the same stuff that they used to be on. And me, I'm just not that type. I'm the type to flip paradigms. I'm trying to move mountains. If it's something that I feel like I need to change, then I'm flipping it off like a light switch, you feel me? But every guy don't have that ability. If you're watching this video, you probably do have that ability. So shout out to you. But yeah, man, that's just my thoughts, you know. If you got that question, where the hoes at, and you go with 24, 25, and you don't already know the answer to that, then you need to level up, man. You definitely need to level up. But as always, like, yeah, I'm out. My family, one last thing. Make sure you get to the Telegram if you're not in the Telegram group. That's why I'm giving daily updates. Also, check out the Patreon, and also got a donation link if you want to support the channel. That's it, though. All right, y'all.